Gorecast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the station of decapitation without your head.
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
What's up, Gorecasters, and welcome back here to the Gorecast with me, Johnny Deadly, my homeboy on the right, but on the left to you guys.
Hello! Okay, maybe this is a bit too
You
close.
might be a little bit too close
but if
to
it's
the
too
microphone.
far away, can people still hear me?
I can hear you, so I'm assuming...
Okay, anyone that's out there that can't hear me, let me know.
Yeah, they can definitely hear you. I'm reading our audio bars.
Okay.
Okay.
Just
I think it might have been a bit too loud. Anyway, we're back. Finally, we got mics. We got everything sorted.
We got headphones!
Yes, fancy headphones. Might even
echo in my
wrong
ear.
side. Might even as a mic doodad that I
You're
don't
not
use.
using.
That I should. The audio is better out of this. Okay.
Okay. I'm not
Yeah. Okay. So, as you can tell down the bottom of here, there's a slight name change. So the whole reason for that being, we
are going to be covering more than just horror.
Yeah. And also, I feel while the TV show side of the Gorecast was going quite well, the podcast was cursed.
No, it's just the
internet didn't like
hates
us. Then sound cards didn't like us. Then my computer didn't like us.
Look, at the end of the day,
New
the
name.
issue is always God's damn fracking Decepticon toasters fucking at everything we try to do. The internet hates us.
Yeah. Okay. Decepticon toasters.
Yeah.
God.
It's all fun and games, so you have to shoot one in the face. Microwave starts laughing and all of a sudden...
Yes. Okay. So we're still going to be doing loads of horror and all the new horror screeners and all that shit that comes out. But we're also going to be... If some movie comes out... Like, for instance, if Gorecast Unplugged existed when Cats came out, we would have reviewed that badly.
No, we wouldn't.
Yeah, we would.
No, we would not.
No, it's one that I think you and I would, while hate watching it, would be an entertaining episode. There's 40 minutes of James Leotard, sorry, not James Leotard. James Corden in a leotard comments to be made. And it's just plain weird. They missed a really good horror movie opportunity, to be honest.
I feel that we're probably going to be getting a horror movie in the not too distant future.
Of Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cats.
Of Cats.
Of Cats. Wasn't there already kind of a...
No, the horror movie was the film that we're talking about.
No, wasn't there like Where Cats? Or was that one of the Howlings?
One of the Howlings.
Oh, yeah. Where Kangaroos. That wasn't it?
Marsupials.
Yeah. Where Kangaroos. That's the thing. It's good. It's weird, but it's good. We reviewed it before. It's kind of good. Ish. Yeah.
Oh. Hello, Kitty.
Guten Tag, Kitty. Guten Tag, Eugene. Guten Tag, Pam.
Apparently,
You
Kitty
can probably
has to
just
go
hear
off
us.
to sleep
And
soon.
Guten Tag, the other two people who haven't commented yet. Oh, Dara McKenna.
Hello, Dara.
You've got some
Okay,
horror,
I'm gonna get on
horror
with the
news
news.
bits?
Yeah.
Is it?
Okay, first up, it seems Bad Robot is after
sharing
signing a
this
5-year deal with Warner Media to do a bunch of films. And one of the first ones up is a supernatural revenge thriller, which is set to be set in the Old West, and it's going to be called The Pinkerton. The project has been described as a supernatural revenge thriller in what sources say is a Western setting.
Quiet you. There we go.
For those of you that don't know, Pinkertons were, well, they started off as something good, but they turned into a bunch of horrible bastards. They worked for the American government around the 1800s.
You
Generally-
dirty bastards.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were originally set up as like detectives, freelance detectives, but they ended up being roped into basically being gangbusters for big industry.
Okay.
So they became synonymous. They were like the FBI before the FBI got started,
Right.
except they specialized in pistol whipping people into saying they were guilty about shit.
Oh,
And
I can get behind that.
occasionally a bit of sabotage and setting off union rights. It's
You-
the Echo, man.
I really thought you were going to say syphilis there for a second.
No, but legit, the Echo is drawing me a bit. Anyway, no, they're generally a bunch of horrible bastards for the most part. I'm sure there was some nice guys, but by the end of it, it was just corrupt as frack. Apparently, they also did security for Abraham Lincoln, so there's that. But yeah, this looks to be a horror set in Western times, so one can only imagine that maybe it's a dead Pinkerton come back to mess with the people that killed him because he was a dirty, conniving, skeeving, corrupt git that probably killed them all. But yeah, the interesting part being the fact that Bad Robot are after signing this 5-year deal with Warner Media. Is it 5 year or 5 films? No, 5 years. So there is already a lot of rumors circulating as to what might be coming out.
Oh, you can't beat a bit of good circulation.
Yes, it's good for the joints and ligaments, blood circulation. Is that meant right?
What?
No,
I
maybe
was
not.
just reading comments there.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Where else do I have to share this?
I don't know. I wasn't paying
That'll do.
attention to where you were
That'll
sharing.
do. First episode, just in case anything goes tits up.
Okay. On to the news bit.
Okay.
Next news bit is someone's my.
I'll tell you,
tablet.
I'll make a deal with you about the show. You can just put the headphones down around your neck. You can just put the headphones down around your neck until we're doing the trailer reactions.
Yeah,
If that makes you feel better.
it's just weird.
Yeah, I get that. I
Okay.
get that.
Okay.
I have to keep them on, or I'll forget to sit close to the mic. I'm a sloucher. I'm a just chill out and hang back kind of guy.
Okay. Next.
Kind of like Mick Jagger.
Wow. Okay. Next up, the film We Summon the Darkness is set to get a VOD release in this April.
Okay.
The film is a 1988 set horror, which stars Texas Chainsaw 3D's Alexandra Daddario, caught in the middle of a killing spree of murderous Satanists who have already left 18 dead throughout America's heartland.
Murder Satanists.
Yep.
That sounds good.
Yep. The film
Can't go wrong with Murder Satanists.
murderous.
Oh, right.
Satanists.
That makes a lot more sense.
It does.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Let's see. The film sees three best friends, Alexis, Val, and Beverly.
Three best friends.
Best friends embark on a road trip to Embark on a road trip to a heavy metal music festival. Haha. Naive. They bond with three seemingly fun-loving dudes, and soon the group heads off to Alexis's country home, a very secluded place, for an after party. What should be a night of fun and youthful debauchery, may instead take a dark and deadly turn. With killers on the loose, can anyone be trusted? Da, da, da. What?
Johnny Knoxville in it?
Yes. Yes,
Ah,
apparently he is.
That's until I saw Johnny Knoxville. I was like, I swear to God, I've seen that movie.
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Like I said, the film is set to be released on VOD and digital HD on April the 10th. Jesus fuck. 2020.
20th. 2020.
Yes, indeed.
Good stuff.
Probably review that when it comes out because it looks like it could be fun. It's like it's
Look,
set in the 80s and it's
I
metal.
heard Metal Music Festival.
Yeah.
I heard Hot Got Chicks.
Yeah, well, metal chicks, but yes.
Same thing.
Kind
of.
of difference.
They're in the same ballpark. Not technically.
Yes.
But they're not. I'm going to get murdered online over this.
Continue with your
Yeah. In Hollywood, the Hollywood goth and the Hollywood metal person run very hand in hand with each other, depending on what movie. Some movies get it on the head.
I didn't realize that was what you were going to continue on with. I thought you were going to continue on with your assessment of the film as opposed to digging your own goth grave.
Oh.
Anyway.
Cold and inviting. I feel that I agree with you that that's right over street.
Yeah, should be fun.
Metal music, hot got chicks, murder killing spree. Yep, that's pretty much it. Yep.
Something else that I think might be right up our street. Wrestling-themed film Powerbomb is also going to be making its way to VOD and a DVD release date.
This sounds goddamn amazing.
Yep. Let's see. This film is about a horrifying combination of professional wrestling and an obsessed fan, featuring Lucha Underground and WWE Tough Enough and American Ninjas Matt Cross. Who the smack is Matt Cross?
Oh.
Who's Matt Cross?
He's very, very, very big.
I'm trying to remember him from Lucha Underground.
It's hardly Brian Cage, is it?
No. Suppose we have to. No, there isn't. Not really.
Okay.
Anyway, Powerbomb.
I can look it up if you want.
Maybe. It's also got a Dr. Britt Baker.
Oh,
Adam Cole's girlfriend.
baby.
Powerbomb is the story of an independent wrestler on the verge of breaking into the big time. But he's contemplating leaving it all behind to spend more time with his family. When our wrestler's biggest fan hears the news, he decides to take matters into his own hands to ensure that his champion gets to the top by any means necessary. Oh my word. Part of the film is...
It's always good if that's Giz's first answer or retort about something.
Well, it's just like you see, the only image we see is a masked large person, and one can only imagine that maybe he decides to get in the ring and go on a rampage or something to try and get the wrestler notoriety, maybe? I don't know. The film was actually successfully crowdfunded by Indiegogo. I don't remember him.
Oh my god! Do you know who it is? That's the biker, the biker guy from Lucha Underground. Why won't his name come to me, brother?
Nor me. They had a whole group and everything. It was great.
Yeah. Well, technically they did.
Yeah,
they had two other lads that showed up for like 3 episodes.
For Masquerido Sangrada joined them.
Son of Havoc.
There we go.
There we go.
Son of something. Son of Havoc.
Lucha Underground.
Powerbomb is going to be set for VOD and DVD release on the 14th of April 2020 from Indican Pictures. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
nice.
So I have a feeling
I'm always happy for a good old wrestling movie because there's not many, and the ones that there are, they're not great.
Yeah.
If you're into schmacky cheese, they're all right.
Oh, cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, smacky cheese.
Yeah. I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose.
The one with the zombies and Matt Hardy, where Matt Hardy's just basically cracking onto anything that moves, is just goddamn amazing. It's for all the wrong reasons, but it's goddamn amazing.
Isn't Kurt Angle in that as well?
Yes, he becomes a zombie.
Yeah. And Alex Shelley. No, not Alex Shelley.
The other one.
Oh, he was in the band with Hardy.
He was in the what?
He was in a band with Matt Hardy.
Right.
Can't remember his name.
Okay.
Jeff
Hardy's the one with a band.
And this guy was in the band with him.
You said Matt Hardy there.
Crap. Fair enough.
Okay.
Anyway.
Hence the confusion.
Okay. Anyway, up next, following on from the success of a film that we're going to be reviewing later, it seems James Wan is going to be producing a monster movie for Universal Studios.
James Wan.
Okie dokie. So yeah, in light of... okay, for those of you that have been keeping up, Universal Studios has been trying to do their Dark Universe for the last few years now.
Badly! Except for Wolfman, I feel that was terribly underrated. It's terribly underrated.
Actually, Dracula Untold wasn't too bad either, right?
Yeah, it's too action movie, not enough Dracula.
It was a hell of a lot better than that Tom Cruise vehicle that came out lately.
Yes. Well,
Mission Impossible Egypt.
As we discussed on a podcast and TV episode, if memory serves me correctly, the man was unaware that the Mummy movies existed before Brendan Fraser. So that's where you went wrong there.
The man was unaware that the world existed before he was born.
He was also unaware that he wasn't the director, which was another major issue.
Or the scriptwriter.
We don't have it in the budget or the script for you to dive out of a plane. Look, here's the thing. We're starting off with me diving out of the plane. And that's the end of that. Cut the rope, man. That's all you have to do.
Anyway, walking away from that goddamned train wreck, James Wan is now developing a monster movie for Universal Studios, which is... Where are we going? Sources say the stories take its cue from Universal's classic monster legacy and shines through a modern prism. The film itself is set to see a bunch of teens who discover that a neighbor is building a monster in his basement. Spoiler alert, monster gets loose. So I feel this is probably...
Monster on the loose.
Well,
Monster boot the house.
before Tom Cruise tanked everything, there was a bunch of films on the boards, including Johnny Depp appearing in The Invisible Man.
Yeah.
And we had a supposed Bride of Frankenstein. Now, we have got an Invisible Man movie, and it looks like James Wan has decided to revisit the notion of Frankenstein. Perhaps not his bride, but Frankenstein himself. This coincides with a bunch of other Universal monster movies that are also in the works, such as Paul Feig's Dark Army, Dexter Fletcher's Renfield, which could be really cool.
Look, I know he is essentially the sidekick, or for lack of a better description, but he's a very interesting character that I never feel really gets delved into as much as you could get into.
Yeah, the film I'm really looking forward to, though, because we've already... Well, apparently there's... Elizabeth Banks is working on An Invisible Woman, which I can see happening.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. But the one that has me most interested, because
Is Elizabeth Banks your one from The Invisible Man?
No.
I would really like if it turned out she just went psycho.
I know, that's... Yeah. Anyway, there's another film on the boards that I'm kind of excited about, and I hope that it's what I think it is, and I really want it to be what I think it is, but if it was what I think it is...
Tell us what you think it is, Giz.
I want it to be Monster Squad, but it's being called Monster Mash.
Oh, I said that joking earlier. I didn't realise it was on the money.
Yep. So that one's being done by Matt Stowski.
Matt Stowski?
Yeah. That's how you pronounce his name, I'm sure. Maybe.
The Molly Maguire's great Pinkerton movie.
Molly Maguire is a great Pinkerton movie.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I was just wondering, what was that in relation to?
When we were talking about the Pinkerton film a while ago.
Oh, right. Okay, I was doing the Sherry thing.
Okay.
Johnny Autopilot.
So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the news bits, because I've run out of news bits.
Okay, so, as part of our slight change, we decided to review something that was very much out of our normal wheelhouse. Well, very much out of my normal wheelhouse, because watches this kind of shit the whole time. Which was the Sonic movie. Which I felt obliged to go see, because we all kicked up a fuss, albeit possibly a hoax. But...
I got my conspiracy theory, and I'm not going to lie.
No, I won't lie to you, dude. I'm not willing to say which or whether, but if you're asking me, do I think your idea is valid? 100%.
Especially in light of the results.
I don't know if it was definitely what happened, but if it was done, it's a very valid form of attack.
Yeah.
But I was quite surprised by this. I thought it was going to be like, okay. I felt like I should go see it because everyone kicked up a fuss and they actually listened.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or they already had it done, one or the other.
I don't know if we've mentioned it yet, but for those of you that haven't figured out, we were actually talking about the film Sonic the Hedgehog, which
I said Sonic.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Which the
Pretty sure I
internet,
said Sonic.
which the internet kicked up murder for when the original trailer was out. Now, I have...
Can I do a quick recap of the whole conversation? They released Sonic, then the entire world went, that's wrong. And then they kept saying that for several weeks. And then the studio were like, you're right, that is wrong. And then they went and fixed it. And we were like,
Or did they?
Yeah.
What if they had it fixed the whole time and they released a bad trailer because there's no such thing as bad publicity, and if there's one thing controversy does, say it, Mr. Bischoff, it is create cash.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, look at all this...
Like, I mean, it mightn't even been done intentionally. Do you know, they could have... No, but as in, they could have designed Sonic and it looks shit. Then whatever production company are like, no, that's not right. You're going to have to go back and fix that. Don't get rid of that footage, though. I got an idea.
That looks terrible. We will release it and make everyone cry.
That looks terrible. Roll it up.
Yep. Get everybody talking about how terrible it looks.
Yep.
And then we'll fix it. Haha. And everyone will be talking about how awesome it is. And to be fair, it is pretty awesome.
It is.
For those of you that are unaware, Sonic the Hedgehog sees the much beloved 90s. Was he around in the 80s? Mario was Sonic?
You know, he probably was, because I remember definitely playing him before I was like 10 or 11.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I was born in 83.
Which would have made you 10 or 11 around 93 or 94. So that's the 90s.
You said did it come out in the 80s?
Or the 90s.
Yeah, I remember playing it before I was 10 or 11.
Yeah. making it still
80s or
questionable.
90s. I don't know.
I think it's 90s.
Okay.
Early 90s.
I'll
But
look it up.
Yeah. Sonic was basically Sega's answer to Super Mario, except at a much faster pace than Mario. Breakneck speed, actually, which is the whole point of Sonic. He goes really fracking fast.
Yeah, it's kind of implied in his name.
Indeed. This film sees Sonic having to leave the world that he's from because apparently he has a great power, which is the fact that he's ridiculously fast.
Fucking young.
And people might use that power
1991.
So early 90s was correct.
Yes.
Yay, go me. But so yeah, in order to make sure that people don't abuse the ridiculous power that Sonic has, he's
Sent away.
yeah, his guardian, his mentor, his teacher sends him away.
Yeah.
And it's cool. They introduced the rings that Sonic always has to collect in the game, but apparently the rings are actually dimensional transport.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I thought
Interdimensional
was,
transport / speed boosters.
in the game they're speed boosters, and this is just
No, it's the big ring in the game is a speed booster, but in this, do you remember when he was running down the building after the thing when the people and
yeah.
when he grabbed the ring, he suddenly went all lightning blue, and then went and ran faster, and then threw the ring down and saved him.
That was not the ring. That was something else that you can tell through the course of the story. Emotion. Because anytime you do that, it was emotional.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, Sonic has to come live on Earth, basically, and he sets up home in Green Hills, which I thought was great, because that's the first level in the Sonic game, so it's
There's
awesome.
a lot of little modern day tweakings done to this, so it's kind of bringing you back to the origin story of Sonic, which is slightly retconned for movie purposes.
Yeah, we're good. I'm good
But
with this.
I'm okay with all of the retcons,
Yeah.
and you can see how all of the retcons aren't even retcons; they're just
Adaptations.
for this movie.
Yeah.
I feel movie 2, everyone will be starting to look a lot more like they're supposed to, and all that.
Well,
kind of
I
thing.
mean, Sonic looks the way he's supposed to. And
Yeah, Sonic does. Robotnik doesn't, but by the end, he very much does.
Yeah, this is a...
Depending
Firstly-
on how much high protein a all mushroom diet is.
Firstly, let me just say, I fucking hate Jim Carrey. I find him to be a one-trick pony.
Not
that
as a
only
person,
has,
just to clarify.
Yeah, like he's acting like he's... The films that he's in, I generally find him to be a one-trick pony who, to be perfectly honest, should have been cast as Plastic Man, but they never actually made the movie, and so he decides
He
to
would have been
enforce...
so good as Plastic Man.
He would have. Unfortunately, he enforces that fact on every one of his films, apart from The Truman Show. Now, that being said, he's brilliant as Robotnik.
And the number 23. Have you ever seen that? Horror movie with Jim Carrey in it? It's not great, but he's not Jim Carrey in it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not bad. It didn't do well, but I feel it was like some of those jokes you and I tried to do. You know, where it's just kind of like there's a joke in there, but I can't quite get it. It was like they had the idea, but the supremely perfect execution of it was just eluded them a little bit or something. And I think also the fact that people just found it very hard to take Jim Carrey in a straight movie.
Yeah. Well, anyway, in this, fortunately, he doesn't
Excuse
do
me.
his like plastic face routine.
No.
He does, however, play a fantastic, I suppose, tech genius, self-obsessed hermit-like. What's the word I'm looking for?
Eccentric.
No. Well, yes, actually, he's rich. You call him eccentric. If he's poor, you just call him crazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Introspective? No, not really introspective. Yeah. Robotnik is basically like he's a genius and he fracking knows it. And you know, the very first thing he does is basically browbeat a military man into submission with just verbal.
Very entertainingly,
assault.
I have to say.
It's hilarious.
It's so good.
Go sit in your corner of abysmal failure. Absolute fantastic.
He literally Dr. Evil them, essentially.
He did.
Zip it.
Now, over the course of the
Would
film,
you like a suckle on my zipper?
over the course of the film, Robotnik does get more mental. But then
Yeah.
again, he's driven to it as well.
And also terrifyingly threatening.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
serious threats out of Robotnik.
Yeah.
Like, meanwhile,
You could smell the evil genius just bubbling under the surface of military hiriness.
Sonic, meanwhile, is enjoying living on Earth in Green Hills. He's apparently been here for a few years. He has fantastic pet names for everyone, including Sheriff James Marsden, who he calls Donut Lord.
The Donut Lord and not Bagel.
Pretzel Lady, who apparently was born with no bones.
Well, there was some bendy yoga stuff. I love when he was doing his leg up, like
I'm not
Sonic's
supposed
trying
to bend this way.
trying to do stretches with her. Like he's kind of hiding in the background, but as if he's a member of the family.
Yep.
But he's trying to do the stretches. He's just here like, oh Jesus Christ!
Needless to say that Sonic has secretly endeared himself to everyone in Green Hills, apart from Crazy Carol, who hasn't been a secret at all, and everyone thinks he's nuts because he keeps spotting the Blue Devil.
Yeah, that's very funny. He's explaining the whole thing about Crazy Carl, and it cuts to one of Crazy Carl's schemes to try and very Wile E. Coyote versus Roadrunner kind of thing, which I liked. But he runs around and sets off all of the bear traps in like 2 seconds, and then all you see is the boom, and he runs off, and then Carl's like, I'll find out who you are. I know you're real. And then you just hear Sonic. No, I'm not.
Maybe you should call him Strangely Observant Carl.
Yeah.
No, that's actually a joke.
That's what Sonic said. He says that at one stage. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, the fun and games come to a head when Sonic does a bit of an oopsie and creates a humongous EMP.
He's playing an entire game of baseball by himself.
Yeah, and he gets a bit emotional about stuff and creates a humongous EMP.
Out of his arse.
Pretty sure it was more out of his fur than out of his arse.
Well, from Sonic's own mouth, I shot a massive bolt of electricity out of my butt.
That is true. He does.
That is true.
It
so
is great.
I'm just
great.
We might as well call the bread buttered.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what happened.
The military panics a little bit, and they do something that even they can't believe they're doing. They're going to call in the psychological tire fire known as Dr. Robotnik.
Still the best descriptive quote for anybody I've ever heard.
For those, I can't remember the actor's name. He plays Sol Toy in fucking Battlestar Galactica, and to have him saying something like that is just automatically old school. Nerds are just going, "Oh God, this can't be good. This cannot go anywhere fun." Although it did go somewhere very, very fun because Robotnik is out of his fracking gourd, and I loved how Sonic.
He's mad as a bag of spiders, lads.
I love how Sonic kept calling him Eggman. There was great.
Yeah. My only issue with that Eggman thing is wasn't the whole point of him being Eggman like the fact that he was round and in that egg bot thing.
Yes, but they changed the name after the first game to Dr. Robotnik. Therefore, Sonic's taking the piss out of him, calling him Eggman because he's surrounded by drones, which looks like eggs.
Perfect. That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's actually a perfect movie. My one gripe's just been resolved.
Yeah. This film is actually just fun. It, apart from Street Fighter Assassin's Fist, and hopefully the new Mortal Kombat movie, this might be the first good, proper...
And the old Mortal Kombat movie.
And the old
except
Mortal
that
Kombat
they could have done with hiring actual martial artists. That was their major downfall.
Yeah. Anyway, this ranks in there as one of the few good computer game movies, live action ones anyway. And I love all the piss takes it makes of Mario because like Sonic doesn't want to go to the world populated by mushrooms. He doesn't. He just doesn't.
There's an awesome 8-bit recap of the whole movie at
which
the end of it.
is brilliant. The song ain't that great, so just turn off the sound.
The song's got off. You were telling me I'd like that.
No, I did. I said maybe. I said I did not like it.
No, you could tell it was specifically written for, we need to fill 3 minutes of Sonic-related credits. What you got for me?
Why didn't they just put on the song they have going through the trailer?
Why didn't they just put on the song from Sonic in the first place?
There's the actual... Yeah, okay. But it is worth watching, and it is worth watching the whole way through. And yeah, like I said, this film, it's a kid's film, but it's good, it's fun. If you are a fan of Sonic, we got exactly what we wanted. Yeah. Partially, I think, because the studio deliberately decided to piss us all off at the start so that we won't be happy and satisfied.
I got a good look in Sonic. He says wisecracking and smart mouthy, as any of the cartoons or comics or video games led me to believe.
Yeah.
He's funny as hell. The guy, he's...
James Marsden?
James Marsden's really good. They're a good little team.
Sheriff Tom, but his dentist calls him Tim.
I love when Robotnik recaps that.
Well, Tom, his dentist
Sorry,
calls
I can't
him Tim.
meet you tomorrow. I got to meet my dentist. What was it?
Calls me something else.
He's like, he knows my name's Robotnik, but he calls me Rob or something like that. He's just taking the piss out of it. They have a when they first meet, that exchange is actually
Brilliant.
So, like, he's so creepily terrifying, but in the realms of PG somehow.
Like I said, I I play a game of Call of Cthulhu with my friends sometime, and it scared the piss out of me to think that he was almost exactly like my buddy Bill, who, like, in or out of the game, it was terrifying. It was. I hope he's seen the film, and I hope he realizes that he is on screen. Kind of. Yeah, you know what he's like.
I'm wearing a neck brace.
No, those are headphones.
Yeah, I know what they are.
Just checking.
I spend about 25% of my day with these things on.
Then you should know what they are.
I spend about 50% of my day with those ones on.
And you should know what these are too.
Yeah, they're also headphones.
Indeed.
That are better.
One can only hope and imagine that we will be getting a sequel to this film, because to be perfectly honest, it is really, really good fun. It is exactly what Sonic the
I
Hedgehog
feel the
brings.
ending kind of sets up sequel.
Oh yeah,
I can't
absolutely.
see
I
how
feel
it
the
wouldn't.
beginning set up a sequel.
Everything set up a sequel.
You know who was after him, don't you?
Who?
That very first scene?
Yeah.
You recognize who was after him?
No.
Knuckles? Or more accurately, his tribe? Those were echidnas.
Oh, were they? Do you know, I thought they were, I had robot animals in my head.
No, man, those were all echidnas. That was the echidna tribe. So I think in the sequel, we could see Knuckles turn up and go one-on-one against Sonic, because that's how it started.
Well, and then it's going to be all Knuckles movies after that, because he's way cooler. He's way cooler. I'm sorry. He's just way cooler.
Yes, he is.
I like Sonic and all, but it's just... Knuckles was all... Sonic did the little spinny thing. Knuckles was all able to, like, just... I can
Punch
do the
it.
spinny thing, or I'll just punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Whack.
Yeah.
You know?
True.
I respect that.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say that Sonic the Hedgehog is probably one of the few Jim Carrey movies that I actually like. So that right there
I think
is a major endorsement in and of itself.
only one. Bar Truman Show. Oh, sorry, we've got...
Yeah, probably. Possibly.
I need to click in here again.
What are we doing? Trailer?
Comedians always can do serious roles very well. Philanthropist. No spoilers. Knuckles was supposed to be... I'm sorry, I'm just reading messages because Rochi's ones are... Or maybe do I need to...
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
All right, there we go.
Whoops.
We didn't give you any spoilers. Believe you me, most trailers will spoil far more than we will say in one of our reviews, which is why I'll only watch the
giving
first.
out. It was more of a request than a statement.
And I was stating the request.
We gave a brief overview of the movie and our opinions, and I don't think we went anything particularly in depth into it outside of what you probably would have been able to ascertain from the trailer.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of trailers, will you hit the trailer for Sonic?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't mind watching kids' movies, go see this. It's really fun. And if you're a Sonic fan,
Go see it.
this.
It's really fun.
Really
And good.
And if you're a video game movie fan, go see this and support it, because more encouragements are towards this direction.
Yeah.
Obviously not for like Mortal Kombat and things like that, but you know what I mean.
Well,
The
no,
direction
actually,
of taking on the project, finding out what way the game works.
the word
and then
you're looking for is accuracy.
adapting it properly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Giving us
trailer for Sonic.
Huh.
Ba, ba,
I like
ba.
it.
I'm Sonic, a little ball of super energy in an extremely handsome package. On my planet, people were always after my powers, so I came to yours. It gets a little lonely, but that's okay. I am living my best life on Earth. Ow! Let the place Sonic! Let the bitches mount also Sonic! Ugh, I can't with that guy. Uh-oh.
Why are you hiding out in my garage?
They're coming for me! If they steal my power, they could conquer the universe. You have to help me.
No, I don't.
Please, it's life or death.
Good morning, my rural chum. Mr. Dr. Robotnik. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to tell me where it is.
Wait! Don't hurt him! Road trip? Woo-hoo!
This can't be happening to me.
Oh my god, stop the car right now! What? The world's largest rubber band ball? We gotta see it!
No, this is not some fun family road trip.
You're right. It was lame. Gift shop was cool, though.
Whatever this creature is, I'm going to uncover the source of its power.
Yeah, hey.
I just
thought you might like a latte with steamed Austrian goat milk.
Of course I want a latte. I love the way you make them!
We gotta lay low. Let me show you how it's done. So should we get out of here?
Yeah, time to go.
I always want to do this. Nailed it! Uh-oh. Let's go! Here comes the boom!
How are you not dead?
I have no idea!
Oh! Give me a big, fat break! That was an illegal left, by the way.
Aw, this one is cute. Let's keep him. Oh, come on! You've got car insurance, right?
Why would you throw your life away for this silly little alien?
Good time.
He's my friend.
Let's go! This is my power. And I'm using it to protect my friends. Let's go! Let's go! So, you're supposed to be Tom's best friend that he won't shut up about. Well, I don't see the appeal. That is very gross. Let's go!
We're back.
Ew.
Hello. Let me try something here.
What are you trying? I always get worried when you try stuff while we're in the middle of the show.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Trust me.
And sound goes.
There we go.
Okay.
Put your headphones on. There you go. Now you can just hear us talking.
Yeah, fair enough.
I have our audio taken out.
Okay then.
Okay. But it's still registering, which is making me happy. But I will turn it on occasionally, just to make sure everything's okay.
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 Anyway, that was the trailer for Sonic. It is in cinemas now. We highly recommend you go and see it because it is fun.
It's
so much fun.
It's actually so good. Like, I'm not usually into kids movies, but
I am.
this was fun.
Yeah.
This was good.
Yeah.
Right. Next up, trailer reaction, which we're not going to do like our normal thing because now that I have separate audio lines and microphones, I can do all fancy shit. So,
This should be fun.
what way we'll go? We'll start with him because okay. So, Giz found a trailer from the guys that it was recently out in the SSXW Film Festival and was doing really well on the film circuit and things like that.
Yeah, I'd read about it and then Martin Green sent me on the trailers for those.
Oh yes, it was
So
Martin
like,
Green. Sorry, well done, Martin Green. If you
Cheers
happen
for
to
that,
be watching, thank you very much. But yeah, it's from the guys that did The Void, which, if you remember when we reviewed that, was a movie that I was super happy with, albeit they used the Lovecraftian vibes to just
go nuts.
And
Well,
be
yeah,
kind
it
of
was a
like,
Lovecraft movie.
it's a loophole. Who cares?
Yeah.
That's what Lovecraft's all about.
It's not about loopholes.
Not literally, but you know what I mean. It's so wacky, you can get away with it.
Anyway, the point is, when we heard they were making a movie that was just going to be gore-tastic,
Yeah.
we figured, oh yeah, we're going to want to take it up.
And then I saw a still frame from the trailer and it had a load of kids in it, and I was like, what in the flying fuck is going on? And then this is what appeared upon my screen.
Dad, you okay, sport?
Which I love this movie trailer.
What's with all the monster talk tonight?
What is
For every child, there is
I don't
one
know.
time, one adventure,
Turn that up a little bit, I'd say.
and one psycho.
That'll be alright. It'll be fine.
That
I like-
makes all their dreams
One of the things like The Void was really well known for was all of the practical effects on the monsters and stuff,
Yeah.
and how well they looked. And Psycho Gorman doesn't. I got real Toxie vibes and everything when I saw this.
and that
Not in a bad way.
is
Psycho
See, now this looks like a fun kids film.
Dude. Look, it's got a big massive monster. The
Yeah.
kids look like they're crazy in it. There's a load of flashy special effects, and most importantly, that's some like lycra wearing, makeup wearing, 80s glam rock metal riffs going on there in the background, and they're fantastic.
Definitely a good kids film.
Psycho Gorman. Okay, so
I think,
thoughts.
I think it's safe to say we're going to be doing a review. Oh, oops.
March 13th is when this is out,
Oh,
from what I understand.
that's Friday.
Okay, so we might do a review of it in a week or two.
Yeah.
I have to. I just saw it was released March 13th. I need to see is it released over here March 13th or
see what it is.
what is it?
But yeah, it reminds me of like a more fun version of the Monster Squad. And yes, I know it's because it's kids hanging out with a great big horrible.
Yeah. I made that
It's-
comparison. You told me I was wrong a couple of days ago.
Because it's not the same. You were saying I can't remember saying. But it's true, so I can't remember what context we were talking in.
Exactly what you were going to say there. Except that I just said, that kind of reminds me of Monster Squad. And you're like, it's not like Monster Squad. Monster Squad was where they're going hunting monsters.
Yeah, that was it.
They're hanging out with monsters. Yeah. Or maybe they're hunting monsters with Psycho Goreman. Because I get the impression there's some foes for that nasty looking mother effer to go up against. And also, if you look up any of the promotional material, there's another couple of crazy looking monsters that are knocking about.
Yeah. I reckon he probably gets in scraps with them, wanders to Earth, meets kids, has fun, they follow him, he kills them all. It's great.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Look, as has been long documented on the show, I'm a big fan of my horror movies. And as long documented on the show, the wackier and crazy they are, the more likely I am to like them. Within reason.
I just like metal music and violence.
Yes, well, the metal I won't lie to you, the metal music did sell me on the trailer a lot.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
This is going to be good. Next up, one that I'm super looking forward to. Because two really innovative and kind of off-the-cuff horror movies came out in the last 2 years. One being Get Out, and the other being Us. Both by Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
And he's been doing revolutionary things in relation to just the way ethnicity and everything's looked in movies, or in the horror movie genre kind of thing. To a certain degree. He's one of the guys where he manages to do it without kind of shoving it down your throat, which is nice. Like, that's the real skill, is getting your message across without it being a message.
This is just a lot of the times that's what I have a problem with in films, when there's no subtlety. It's just like, look how this is the message I'm trying to get across. Look how clever we are. Look, can't you see it?
Yeah, it was like how the Ghostbusters remake didn't work, because it like the message was, fucking dudes are dumb, chicks are awesome, and it was just, there was never any let up from that message. Like, every scene was something just reinforcing, and it became very noticeable.
It was just a Melissa McCarthy movie with Ghostbusters stuck on it.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, next up, this is the trailer now. So anyway, Candyman is what Jordan Peele is going to be doing next, from the sounds of it. And you okay?
Yeah.
Candyman's what Jordan Peele is going to be doing next, from the sound of it. I'm a big Candyman fan. We love Tony Todd. We heard he was going to be back in it. We heard there's going to be a new Candyman as well.
Yes, this film apparently
I'm getting a passing of the torch kind of vibes.
Well, that and the fact that's what they actually said in one of the statements.
Well, they say lots of things in Hollywood, but I feel it could be with passing of the torch vibes. Okay, so we'll do trailer, because myself and kids actually haven't seen this one yet. We were going to, and then I was like, maybe we should just wait for a genuine trailer reaction.
Actual reactions.
Yeah. I won't lie, I saw like 20 seconds at the start while I was queuing it up earlier, but that's about it.
Candyman. The urban legend is, if you say his name 5 times while looking in the mirror, he appears in the reflection and kills you.
Who would do that?
Oh yeah, should we just line 5 of us up and do it then? Yep, that's great. I'm interested as to how this has become a thing again, all of a sudden. Like, storyline wise.
I think someone mentions it and then...
Let's go.
Okay, so they're all kind of like college students, maybe.
High school, okay. It's just the
main guy at the start there looked a lot older. Lads. That's never good. Oh dear.
This isn't funny.
Oh no.
I feel really connected to this neighborhood.
He's a photographer. I'm sold. No, what are you joking? I get a film boner for any photographer-related horror movies.
He's the monster that's part of this neighborhood.
Why are you drawn to this?
I'm hoping to spread the story all about Candyman. The mirror invites you to summon him.
It's not good, dude. Bad idea.
You should say his name. I dare you.
Candyman.
Lads. Well, was that one of the guys from Misfits?
I don't know, it's too soft for to make out properly.
Okay, note for self, make the screen bigger next time we're doing the trailer reactions. Be fine if you're watching it on TV.
I think I made a mistake.
No shit, Einstein. Yeah.
I brought him back.
Candyman isn't real.
Tell that to all the corpses.
Something's happening.
I love when people are like that. You know, like 6, dead people are showing up. Candyman isn't real. Well, we weren't saying Candyman, and now there's a whole lot of dead people showing up after we have said it. It's suspect. That's all I'm saying. Oh. That's the voice you want. He sounds like that the whole time.
This is not real. It's not real. Candyman.
Tony Todd is kind of like the trailer voice guy. You know, where you're expecting something different, but he's just like, this summer, I'm taking my kids to the park, and I'm having a couple of months off in July. You know, that looks good.
Yeah,
That looks good.
I like the idea that like it's all done and dusted, and then someone digs it back up, and oops.
Someone
medical
tells one
virus.
guy, it's like the Chinese whispers of death, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because there's one guy tells a dude with a camera about the thing, and then he's like, oh, I might go investigate that. And then he starts finding stories, and he does a photo shoot, and then he makes people do a thing in front of a mirror. Idiot!
Goes back to old stories about infectious evil so dark and terrible you can't even mention its name for fear of drawing it on yourself.
Yes.
Yet the fear spreading and giving it more power, just like Predator.
Yeah. Yeah. True. That's really good.
Yeah, that's the Candyman films kind of deteriorated as they went along, but it's been a while. So this looks like
I think you'll find nearly every horror movie franchise is deteriorated as it went along.
sometimes.
It's just kind of unavoidable.
Yeah.
Especially when there are things that like mightn't necessarily have been designed with a sequel in mind.
Yeah. It's kind of, this did so well. Let's do another movie.
Yeah.
How we killed off everyone.
Yeah, they're all dead. They're all dead, Dave. Kachansky, no, she's dead, Dave. They're all dead. They're all dead.
Pretty sure that dust you just inhaled was...
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to take a quick commercial break for a second because, as is customary on a Sunday night, myself and Giz are always over on American Horrors because there's no technical difficulties there because it's a pre-recorded TV show. Not necessarily true. Occasionally there's technical difficulties, but nothing that can't be overcome. Unlike when your whole shit crashes live.
And we end up screaming at monitors and cameras.
Yes. This Sunday, due to the Spiral from the Book of Saw, which is kind of like a Saw sequel relaunch, kind of.
We won't know until we actually
I did read news earlier that evidently Billy the Puppet is no longer in it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be replaced with... It's still a puppet, and he's got the same sort of suit as Billy and stuff, but he's wearing one of those pig's heads.
Oh, okay.
So that seems to be... That's the only news I have on it outside of what's going on in the trailer at the minute. Yeah. But myself and Giz, stupidly, we're like, we should do a full Saw retrospective and then do a bit of a trailer deep dive for everybody there. And then...
films.
Yeah, so...
To be fair,
18 hours later.
To be fair, 5 of them were good.
4.5. You got a bit twitchy halfway through 4.
Yeah. Right.
But anyway, here's the trailer for it. We're going to be doing a full Saw retrospective. It'll be starting over in American Hours, 8:30 p.m. CST, and whatever that equates to is GMDs, which is about 2:30, we think. 2:30 in the PMs, we think. Give or take. Something like that. It's ish, is at the end. It's very dependent on how long the movie before us is running.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Anyway, here's the trailer before I will ramble on anymore.
Okay, let's Street Fighter this shit up.
Street Fighter what shit up?
I'm here to play some video games.
Video games? What? It was, did you want to play a game? We're doing the Saw thing this week on the show.
Oh, okay, what the hell is that thing for?
Oh, this is my Saw. Hickey contraption. Yoki with the kill, you know.
Okay, how does it work?
I'm glad you asked. First, it turns on. He rides around for a little bit, so that's all okay. Then, there's a rope tied onto the back of his hair, and once he rides around enough, the rope pulls. The sledgehammer comes down from the top, swings in, right the Goonies. Then, the 2 drills come in from the side. Puree the brain. I have an egg beater, and I have a whisk that come down from the top. And they mush that brain up like a little souffle.
Cool. Okay.
And there's a flamethrower under his chair.
Nice. Cool, so what's the trick? What's he got to do to get out of it?
Get out of it? What do you want of it?
I mean, how does he escape? There's always something you got to do to get out of the trap. It's usually something horrible and mutilating, but you get to live.
Huh. I might have been looking at this franchise from a whole wrong perspective, to be honest.
I imagine so, yeah, because otherwise it's just kind of, murder.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, join myself in the kids this Sunday, 8:30 p.m. CSU, whatever that equates to his GMT. It's only on American Horror. We're going to be doing a Saw retrospective and a slight trailer deep dive into the new movie that's going to be coming out by Chris Rock, Spiral.
Studio. And oh, Jesus. Just turn off Candyman there. Restart it. Okay, 80s nostalgia, Rochi said. I'm assuming that's in reference to... That could have been Psycho Gorman or...
Definitely, because Monster Squad meets Goosebumps was
yeah.
next.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Do not speak of that
remake. It didn't happen.
Saw?
No. Whatever it is, we won't speak of it.
Rochi, could you...
Maybe...
What's up, Ash? How are you?
Hello.
Could you
let
us know what movie we were talking about?
I don't think he wants to speak about the remake.
Because it didn't happen?
Apparently not. So
if you could remind us of the movie that didn't happen, that'd be brilliant. Thank you. Okay, last up. Ooh, it's a doozy. As we were talking earlier, because you were speaking about it, they tried to do Universal Monsters. It tanked. And then this came out, and hopefully it's reviving everything again, because holy moly, it's a cracker.
Yeah, Universal Studios had this film kind of in the works for a while, although the original notion was to have... Oh yeah, you're absolutely right, Rochi, that film never happened.
Ghostbusters remakes, god awful.
Never happened. Like I was saying, Universal Studios had this film on the books for a while. Originally, Johnny Depp was set to be in it, but then Tom Cruise fucked everything up. So instead, we got this blessing. Now, the reason I say that is because I do feel that if Johnny Depp was supposed to be in the movie, it wouldn't have been what we got. It was probably a completely different film. Instead...
I feel he'd been more up the charming, teethy, invisible kind of guy.
Well, no, I'm sure he would have been good at playing the bad guy, but it wouldn't have been quite this evil.
Yeah, there's a level of sinisterness throughout this movie.
We are, of course, talking about The Invisible Man, the new release from Universal Studios. Just want to get... yeah, starring Elizabeth Moss as... is it Cecilia?
From The Handmaid's Tale.
Is she?
Yes, it's a TV show.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I'll take
People are big fans of.
Yeah, I knew it was Cecilia.
She's really good, actually. Everything she's been in, she's been knocking... Wasn't she in Crawl as well?
No.
Isn't she not? Is she not
No, that's not her. That's not her. Okay. Anyway, like I said, Elizabeth Moss plays Cecilia, who we see at the start of the film, well, quite honestly, doing a runner from her boyfriend, Adrian Griffin, who we find out is a complete
psychopath with a massive mansion.
And a complete and utter control freak. Security systems up the wazoo, cameras everywhere all over his house. Oh, and it turns out he is a pioneer in... what's the technical term for it?
Visual...
Optics. That's it. There we go. Sorry.
Thank you.
He's a pioneer in optics technology, which means...
Optical.
No, optics.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, Cecilia does a runner from him because, as we find out over the course of the movie, to say he was a control freak would be the understatement of the millennium, using psychological warfare at times to manipulate her into, in her own words, eventually thinking the way that he wanted her to think. For those of you unfamiliar with the original literature, the original Invisible Man, Griffin, was actually a malicious and evil bastard, so this works in perfectly.
That's why Hollow Man was so good. It was quite on track with...
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, was the original Griffin named Howley Griffin, or is that a different character? I can't remember. But anyway, Elizabeth gets set up with Aldous Hodge's character, who is named, I want to say James?
Yes.
Yeah. At the behest of her sister. This allows Elizabeth a chance to kind of...
decompress.
Yeah, to a degree. No,
try and find a job.
Well,
try and get her life back on track.
Try and get used to being around people for one thing. I mean,
try and get used to not looking over her shoulder because her psycho boyfriend or fiance.
Yeah, well,
or were they married?
Is he? No, I don't think
boyfriend,
so.
psycho boyfriend.
Yeah,
was running around.
Yeah, it's
wrecking her life.
Like she is so traumatized by being with this guy that she finds it difficult even to leave James's house. It's a matter of weeks before she's able to go down as far as the letterbox, and even then, the first time someone passes, she bolts back into the house. But still, to be fair, James still counts it as a victory.
James, outside of being a genius in optical technology, is also fantastic at being. Sorry, not James. Sorry, the boyfriend, outside of being really good with optical technology and stuff,
Griffin
would be able to track her down.
Yeah,
he can get into cameras. He can get into whatever the fuck he wants.
You can tell from his ridiculously sophisticated security system that this guy is probably a tech genius that is able to hack in and or get in whenever he needs, assuming he doesn't have prearranged government clearances, because some of the stuff he's working on, doggy, does that ever have military applications?
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
No shit. If that thing doesn't register on thermal vision as well, you're sold.
Anyway, about 2 weeks after Elizabeth's escape, she is informed by her sister that she no longer needs to look over her shoulder. She no longer needs to worry because Adrian is found dead.
He's dead.
Yeah, apparently suicide. Adrian's brother contacts Cecilia, and informs her that there is actually something coming her way. And this sets into motion a chain of events that, quite honestly, is one of the most disturbing and psychologically traumatic gaslightings I've ever seen.
Oh,
this
wow.
is just straight up.
And the amount of shit you can cause in somebody's life if you're really quick and invisible.
Not even invisible. I mean, some of the stuff that he does, you could conceivably do it in real life, not just by being invisible, but just by being a sneaky.
Oh, no, I'm talking about say, for instance, the unfortunate dinner incident. We'll just leave it at that.
Oh yeah, well that was a little bit obvious, yeah. But the other stuff, there's an email that gets sent. There's a couple other nasty things that are done.
And you think they're little things he's doing bit by bit just to break her psyche, but when you find out that they're all an accumulative thing that he's been setting up as one big elaborate scheme, holy moly! Like when that pin drops, like myself and my missus were watching that. It was like it was a late enough showing, so like everyone's tired and things like that watching it, and that pin dropped, and you're like, what the fuck? I was like, oh my god, it's all connected. Wow.
I probably wasn't as surprised, just because
I wasn't surprised,
but
it was when I realized it was when you see the domino go.
What I'm getting to is that level of meticulous planning and all the rest of it. You see the character is going to be like that anyway, from the way that Elizabeth describes him, from the way that he was. But it also works into the original literature with the machinations of the original Invisible Man, the way that he would set stuff up, multiple dominoes, all to get to his eventual goal.
Yes.
And that's what we get in this movie. We get, a fantastic and ridiculously, I mean, it's actually difficult to watch at times because you're aware of what's happening to her, and the sense of it's empathy with her.
Unlike, say, when you're watching like a monster movie and stuff, and it's kind of you can kind of get in the person's shoes and kind of be like, oh wow, that must be freaky to be like facing 20 zombies,
but
or something like that.
Enjoy it because face 20 zombies.
This was something, even as I was watching it, I was like, that would actually edge me out, because like, me, dude, I'm like, if something comes at me, I'm just going to swing and punch it, and I'll figure it all out afterwards. How would you like,
this is one of those films, I think you and I can agree that there are times when I don't have the most stable of personalities. This is one of those films whereby you're looking at it going, it's just one bad day from something like that happening.
Oh,
and what's worse, because of the fantastic job Elizabeth Moss does with Cecilia, she's
such a relatable.
But it's more than that. There is a level whereby you can believe that perhaps she is actually doing this to herself. Not so much the instance, but perhaps she is forgetting things, or perhaps there is a time in that movie when you can actually believe that maybe this is all in her head. That's something happens.
That's part of a very smartly orchestrated script where they open up with that big reveal of the relationship and,
And
her
how she
needing
gets
to get
away.
out. And I even said that I was like, when myself and Pam were watching, I was like, if you take into account all of the shit that she's been put through before this, her having a mental breakdown is such an easy story to spin. Like,
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, I'll put it to this way, right? Knowing what the film is and everything like that, if I hadn't seen the trailer for this movie, then I would have been watching this movie thinking that I was actually seeing a psychological horror about someone genuine descent into madness.
Oh,
who
yeah. There's going to be a
believed-
bullshit ending where it turns out she was just mental the whole time.
But it wouldn't even be a bullshit ending.
No, because it turned out there was a crazy dude in a suit.
But even if there wasn't, or if there wasn't an invisible man, the point is that, like, that's how good of a job they did. That's how into this film you get, and how truly freaky it is to see someone's life be taken apart in this way.
You feel when the kind of the invisible stalking scenes are going on, and they do such a good job cinematically at showing it. Like they don't do the normal tight shots on everything like they do in a normal horror movie. They leave everything big,
stuff.
wide, and open, so you can see there's nobody there, but she's freaking her.
I tell you,
bean, and
you
know why.
Every time they did those big open scenes, I was like a hawk. I was like, look for the subtle stuff.
Yeah,
because that's the kind of film.
But that's what they're doing. They're lying. They lay all these false cues, like where you think there's going to be a wide shot, and you're going to see like I don't know, like
something small, anything, and
yeah,
you're
a
looking
cup
at
or
nothing.
something just fly off and hit her or something like that. But no, it's never that. But
And
then
so-
she could be there talking to James's daughter, and all of a sudden you just see the daughter get a slap out of nowhere.
It's just
It's, the pacing is just so good with
Yep.
the way they do things. Everything else, I don't want to get too much more into it because I like.
Because we end up talking about stuff that we probably shouldn't talk about because you never see.
That's
it
not a big thing compared to everything else.
This is why I only watch one trailer, to make sure that I can be genuinely surprised when stuff happens. But yeah, it's understandable why this film is doing so well. And you're right; it should have started with Dracula Untold. It was supposed to start with Dracula Untold, James. But
Yeah, it's just that no one liked Dracula Untold.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that. It was the studio didn't have faith in continuing on, and they decided that they were just going to keep going back and try to
restarted with a different thing every time.
MCU it, literally. They were
Yeah,
going to-
you can't.
They wanted to
The
try and
idea
have-
of the monster MCU is great, but the issue is you can do that, but it needs to be done in a different way. There are different styles of movie and different styles of characters.
You see,
and
that's the
people
thing.
don't get that.
That's-
That worked for that thing, so we can just shove all this in there, and that'll work too.
That's the thing about this movie, right? With the success of this film, it's opened Universal's eyes to the fact that, you know what, trying it to do it that way was a terrible fracking idea. However, this relatively low budget-ish. Well, actually,
low budget.
yeah. The first.
It's Blumhouse, isn't it?
No, it's.
Pretty sure it's Blumhouse.
No, I don't think so. Anyway, the point is that rather than going the over the top road that they were trying to go, well, we don't even know if that's what they were trying to do with the Mummy film, because Tom Cruise got in there and it all turned to a steaming pile of dog shit. But this film relies primarily on subtlety for most of the movie. Subtle things that Griffin does, subtle cues. What? Yeah, you can say that I'm wrong about stuff. It's okay. I'm wrong about
You're
stuff all
also
the time.
right as well, though.
Anyway, my point is, as a result of the success of this movie, they have started to rethink a lot of things. As I mentioned earlier on the show, there are a number of projects already on the board. We have Renfield, we have James Wan working on that.
Really
that
excited for that Renfield one.
Yeah, we have James Wan working on that Frankenstein movie, that Monster Mash movie. What else do we see? Invisible Woman could, from a certain point of view, spin out from the Invisible Man. It's I think, given the way the story goes, it's a possibility. However,
Yeah, 100%.
However, more likely it'll be its own thing. Whether any of these films will be connected the way that Universal Studios wanted to try and do, I don't know.
Do you think they'll be connected in the way they become invisible?
What? Oh, maybe. I don't know. Possibly. Well,
The Invisible Man book wasn't a suit, was it?
No.
It was a chemical thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was actually a great big swerve as well by the end of it. Griffin had...
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't want to spoil the book again.
Yeah.
But
Although I feel if the book's been out like 100 years, you're free to...
Griffin dosed an albino so that when the cops found him, they actually found the albino and thought that it was him doing all the stuff, allowing Griffin to make a
Yeah. He's white everywhere. He must be invisible.
Turns out he was just Griffin's first test subject.
Madness.
Yep.
Anyway, we're going to have to start rounding off.
Yeah, like I was saying, The Invisible Man has reignited Universal Studios' interest. Now, they were already planning on doing stuff because they have people lined up, but it means that maybe they'll take a slightly different approach to the films in the future.
And do them like a fucking horror movie.
Yeah, we will get more believable horror movies from them with stories that get genuine emotional
If
reactions.
you remember
from
the
viewers.
original story that was being told for the Mummy movie initially, the way it was being described before all of the action movie Tom Cruisiness happened.
Really dark, and it would have been a good evil versus evil story, whereby someone has to basically accept the fact that they might be a bad fucking sack of crap.
I mean, like Tom Cruise's character was supposed to be an asshole from start to finish until the end, where that's where his redeeming moment is, where he does the saving thing and he,
pretty much.
No, I can't play a dickhead.
Oh, I got to smile every 2 seconds.
I got to smile every 2 seconds. People don't think I'm a dickhead. Whatever. Misjudge that one, Tom.
Like I said, Invisible Man, however, is looking like it may be righting all of those ridiculous wrongs and is definitely worth a watch, and understandably is raking it. I think it's already made 100 mil.
Good. Hope it makes 300 more.
Yeah.
It's freaking great. Anyway, don't forget to go over to American Horrors in about 2 hours, where we're going to be talking about all of the Saw franchise and doing a deep dive on some Easter egg reveals out of the trailer.
Yeah.
And other than that, join myself and the Giz next week, where we're going to talk about some other mad horror bollocks. Or maybe not mad horror bollocks.
Yeah, well, more than just horror. We're going to be talking about some interesting bollocks.
Yeah, there's going to be some literature. Oh, we already have some of next week's show planned. Do we? But it's Color Out of Space / the actual book, Color Out of Space.
I sat down and I put up with Nicolas Cage being, well,
You're having a real mind-altering week in relation to cinema.
I usually do.
Just fucking Nicolas Cage. Fucking Jim Carrey. Hey, he's alright.
You're right. I am having a mind-altering week, and this time it didn't involve absinthe.
Good.
So maybe it should.
Good. Anyway, for myself and the Giz, Gorecast, Outskis, point to screen, bro.
Wow.